Hey everybody, it's Emily the Crazy Worm Lady. I'm here today for the full update on the African night crawlers. I did put a little midweek update in my little storage bank here. So I'm going to play that for you guys real quick, and then I will come back and show you what it looks like right now. Hey everybody, it's Emily the Crazy Worm Lady. I wanted to take a little midweek look at our African night crawlers. I can't remember which side I fed that large feeding of soup stock, so we'll just have to take a peek here because I move my bins around and sometimes they get flipped the wrong direction, and so then I can never figure it out until I find the food. So I know we had fed the middle the week before, and I do feel our soup stock. So I'm going to zoom in and really dig this up a little bit. There's some of that dry coconut coir. But, oh gosh, check out the color on those guys. That is so cool. They're totally digging it. I'm so happy. I want to get this guy because he looks huge. Oh, he fell out of my hand, but you saw, I think, some of those nice neon flashes that are so much fun to watch. This doesn't smell the best, but my gosh, do they go through this food. Very, very encouraging. I like that some of this coconut coir is still a little bit dry. It is definitely absorbing some of that moisture, which will prevent us from getting any major problems in here. But you can see even some little babies. So I know they're reproducing, and they seem to be doing just excellent. So thought I'd just give you this little midweek look. Here's one of our rags that's completely been demolished. So I'm going to bury this back up over here with some of the existing castings, just to keep any smells from moving their way in. And we will leave these guys to it. And I'll be back for a new feeding and another update here real shortly. Let me know what you guys think, and I will talk to you soon. Okay, I tried to move us under the best lighting that I have here, but you'll see I've got a lot of germinating sprouts in here. I honestly don't know, if I can get it to focus, what type of sprouts these are. But I always find it funny that that happens. But I'd much rather it happen here than once I put it over a plant or something and then get volunteer plants that I have to weed out. But this is where we fed 3 pounds of food of that soup stock that these worms seem to love. Look at that guy giving us a show. I can grab him here. These worms are just so cool. I love them. Can't say it enough. Okay, enough of me being a dork. So this is where all of that soup stock was. And it is just crawling with worms over here. This is a piece of ginger, so I expect this to take a little bit longer to break down. But just look at the sheer numbers of worms. Like I've said before, you know, these guys like to spread out a little bit more than a lot of my other worms, and they don't always congregate together. But when I'm giving them these foods that they're just loving, I'm actually getting my worm balls, and it's just so fun to watch when they're just, you know, kind of all together having a party. But I'm trying to see if there's a lot of unprocessed stuff, and I'm not really finding that. I mean, maybe a few pieces here and there, but again, it's primarily the ginger, and that just takes a while to break down. It's a little bit more fibrous and thick. But, yeah, these worms are ready for another feeding. I absolutely can't believe it. So, I'm going to get a little something together. We'll feed over on this right-hand side that, hasn't been fed in a little while. Again, I'm trying to minimize the amount of bedding. Let these castings kind of finish curing up for us. But the consistency is feeling good. Adding that coconut coir was helpful last week. I think that absorbed all of the moisture from the soup stock, so it didn't end up giving us muddy castings. These guys just make really, really nice dark castings. And in a hurry. I mean, they do it so quickly. I mean, 3 pounds of food in a week is just insane. I only started with like 1,000 of these guys, so, you know, a pound of worms eating 3 pounds of food a week, and they could probably handle more. So that's absolutely excellent. Let's get some food in here and see what these guys can do for another week for us. So I pushed all these castings up to one side. I laid down some cardboard pieces, and after digging through this bin, I think this is going to be the last feeding before I let it kind of finish maturing so we can harvest it. The bottom is much damper than the top. It's definitely not muddy, but it's on the borderline, so I really need to be careful because this bin is just getting very deep, which is going to make it difficult to harvest if I let it continue to get really wet. So I have some coffee grounds, some watermelon, banana peels, some all-time worm favorites. I did not measure or weigh this food today. I weighed my entire container of food, but it's being spread among my bins, and it's nearly 12 pounds. So it's a lot of food, but I think this should be good. There's like 4 or 5 different pieces of cardboard beneath this, which will definitely help. And I'm just going to loosely cover it with these castings. And I'm going to try to give this bin a few days to air out, leave the lid off while they start this feeding, so hopefully it won't end up too damp on us. So let me know what you think. How do you think I should try to harvest this bin? Drop those comments below, like this video, and I'll talk to you guys real soon.